Hello, everyone. Day 5, Crickets to Clients Workshop. We made it. Last day, technically the last day, but I've got some bonus trainings planned for you this weekend and for Monday and Tuesday. But we have covered so much over the last 4 days. I'm just making sure that we're good to go. Say hi as you're hopping on so that I know that you're here and that you can see me. I think it looks like we're good to go. Hi, everybody. Perfect. All right, so we have covered, hey, Natalie, we have covered so much over the last 4 days and we still have more to cover. So I just want to say, hi, Dina. For everyone in this group that has been showing up every day, thank you. I know that it's a commitment. I get it, but your business and in turn your bank account will thank you. And just so you know how much I get it, hey, Jacqueline, I wanted to super quickly share how my morning went. So you guys know I'm a mom of 2 and we also have 3 dogs. So we woke up to dog poop on the floor. As my husband was cleaning that and I was feeding the baby, I sat her up and she projectile vomited all over me, the floor, and my 3-year-old. So then we're cleaning that up and I'm putting stuff in the wash, moving clothes over to the dryer, holding her in my arm because she's fussy, and I turned around super quick and I slammed the side of her head into the side of the door, and I felt so bad. I felt like the worst mom in the world. She screamed, and the look she gave me, I've never seen that before because she's only 4 months. Then after all that, hey everybody, hey Sadie, excuse me. Then after all that, I started having tech issues. StreamYard was not working for me. I was worried I was going to have to figure out another way to do the live today. I already had it scheduled on StreamYard. Then Facebook kept giving me an error message saying it wasn't connecting. My landing page wasn't working. Anyways, all of that to say, I feel like it's a Monday, not a Friday, but thank goodness it's Friday. All of that to say, owning your own business is not always going to be easy, right? Things like this are always going to happen, and it's just you. You have to keep pushing through, right? And then there's also the mindset piece of it, right? Feel that imposter syndrome, worried if you're good enough, worried if you're going to be able to get your clients results. All of those worries, doubts, thoughts always come up, right? But if you are truly committed to running your own business, if you're going to keep pushing forward through all of that, not only can you change your life and your family's life, you can also have an impact on so many people, on your clients, on money that you're making that you can inject back into your community. There's just so many different levels if you keep pushing through when it gets hard, because it's not if, it is when. You're going to have crazy days like I had this morning. You're going to have doubts. You're going to have insecurities. You're going to wonder if you're doing the right thing. You have to keep pushing forward, okay? Up from here, we're here to shift your energy. Yes, thank you. I love that. Thank you. It's already getting better. Baby is asleep now. My husband is amazing. Cleaned everything up, and we are here. My tech is working. So we've covered a lot this week, right? We covered how to speak your client's language on Monday so that you can direct all of your marketing to the right people. Tuesday, how to create binge-worthy live streams so you can quickly build the like, no trust factor so that by the time you sell, which is what we talked about on Wednesday, you can sell with ease and start hitting those 10K plus months. Then yesterday, we talked about generating high-quality leads. So if you have not watched those, after this, go back and watch it or watch it over the weekend. You have until the 25th. All of these videos are coming down, okay? And then now today, I'm sharing the 5-figure per month framework that I teach inside PIA. So I'm going to share my signature path to profits with you guys. And then for those of you that are interested, make sure that you stick around at the end. I'm going to pull back the curtain. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek inside the PIA membership portal so you can see what my clients have access to. All right. So for those of you that are interested, I'm doing that at the end so that those that just are in a hurry or whatever, they can hop off. And then remember, technically today is our last day, but I've got bonus trainings lined up Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And then Monday and Tuesday, 1 p.m. Eastern time. So back to our normally scheduled time for Monday and Tuesday. And then again, everything's coming down Wednesday morning, the 25th. So rewatch, do whatever you need to do before then. And like I said at the beginning, for those of you that are just hopping on, I want to say thank you for showing up. Thank you for committing. Thank you for taking real action this week. I've seen each and every one of you. And the system that I've been sharing with you this week is exactly what I teach, right? We just go into deeper layers. And the reason that I teach it is because it worked for me as a health and wellness coach, and it also works as a business coach, and it worked for my clients as well. So today I'm going to show you the exact framework of how you can scale your business to 6 figures. And it doesn't matter if you're in the health space. It doesn't matter if you're in relationships, money making, whatever it is, as long as you are a coach, as long as you provide a service, so not if you sell a product, this will work. So I'm curious, you guys, as we start diving into this today, let me know what has kept you from scaling your business, right? Is it because you don't know how to structure a high ticket offer? Is it because you don't have the right systems and strategies in place in your business? Or is it that you're more at the beginning and haven't nailed down your messaging quite yet? Just let me know in the comments what has stopped you from scaling your business to this point. Because today, I'm going to share the exact system that I teach to go from lead generation to actually selling to a group, a large group, rather than just selling one-to-one, so that you can scale. Because yes, one-to-one is a great place to start, but there's only so many hours in the day, right? So you can only take on so many clients at a time. I didn't know what I was doing at the very beginning. Yeah, that's totally normal, right? You got to have the strategy to get there. And so, yeah, so one-to-one is a great place to start. However, there's only take so many clients at a time if you're doing one-to-one. So you eventually have to scale into a group program. And so that's something that we're going to talk about today, is how you can, even if you're taking one-to-one at the beginning, set it up so that you're already ready to scale to a group program instead of reinventing the wheel and starting from scratch again. So we're going to talk about how you can create the income that you deserve. And on that note, hi, Stephanie. Haven't nailed down messaging, so launching has been difficult. Yeah, got to start with that foundation like we talked about on Monday. Excuse me. So let me know, you guys, what are your income goals for 2021? I know we're a little bit past the halfway point of the year, but let me know, what are your goals for 2021? Is it consistent 10K months, 20K months? Maybe you're trying to hit the 50K mark. It doesn't matter. It is possible if you start putting in the work now. And so the one thing that I want you to keep in mind with what I'm sharing with you today, and actually all week, is that I'm giving you a lot of tactics and a lot of strategies, but there's a lot more strategy that goes into the deep end, right? That goes deep, or goes into the back end and goes deep. So can you take what I'm teaching you and try to copy it and try to duct tape it all together and try to figure it out on your own? Yes, but you're going to be missing a lot of the key strategies that there just isn't enough time to go into this week, okay? So my goal for today is to give you that overview so that you understand the framework. I have a 30-day gut reset program and one-on-one 6-month program, but now I'm wondering if I should offer both as group programs. Do you work one-on-one with anyone? Yes, I do work one-on-one. I try to bring everyone into my group program, because not only is it less time for me up front where I can give everybody the time that they need, but there's something really special about a group program, because a lot of times people have questions and thoughts and fears and doubts that they didn't even know they had until somebody else brings it up. So hearing other people talk is just so, so beneficial. That being said, yes, when people say, hey, I really want to work with you one-on-one, then I will offer it for them. But either way, most of the information they're getting is the same. It's just that then they also have the option of the one-on-one phone calls with me, because again, there's only so many one-on-one clients that you can take on, right? So we'll talk about how you can kind of strategize that so that you can move into a group program without completely starting from scratch. And so the strategy that I'm showing you today is, obviously, this is something I've refined over the years, right? This is something that has taken me a long time to get to, right? And then this is something that I teach my clients because it works. So I'm going to share my screen here really quick. So I said this on day one, but I am going to say it again. Now more than ever, you have the opportunity of a lifetime to create success and create the business of your dreams. Okay, I'm just moving my screen a little bit, because the global e-learning market is predicted to reach $325 billion by 2025. And I know a lot of you are health and wellness coaches, so I put this up here too. The health and wellness industry is predicted to reach $1 billion per month. Or actually, it's already at $1 billion per month. So I say that to remind you that there is room for all of you, you guys. It can absolutely happen. It is not oversaturated. There is room for you, but now is the time to get in on this, okay? And just so that you can see, the strategies that I teach don't work just for me, right? They work for my clients as well. Michelle, with her first launch, she made $5,000. She's past this now, but she even talks about how she felt like it could have gone even better if she didn't have her own limiting beliefs that were holding her back. Or my client, Tressie, her first launch, she made $10,500 in revenue, and she did not run ads for that launch. So that's basically all profit. So it absolutely can happen. Okay. And I'm pretty sure that everybody knows by now, but just in case you haven't heard, Profit Illumination Academy is open for enrollment, but not for long, only until midnight, Tuesday night. So the 24th at midnight. So if you are ready to collapse time and not only have an exact path, exact strategy, so you know what to do every day, but also have me and my team to guide you, to support you, to be in your corner, then I invite you inside PIA for 6 months of business mentorship. But remember, doors close on August 25th. And I'll put this up here real quick, and then we're diving into today's training, I promise. Remember, the bonus to use my VA for 10 hours with your first launch expires tonight at midnight. So if you've been thinking about wanting that bonus, then you better hop on it. You can go to this website. You can see all the details. You can scroll down to the bottom and book a call with me if you have questions, or you can just shoot me a PM. I will be 1000% honest and upfront with you if I feel like it's not the right fit, because that does not help either one of us, right? All right. So let's dive into today's training. And if you attended last Friday, the bonus training, we kind of touched on this, but I'm going to go deeper. So definitely stay with me, even though if a little bit of this feels like a review, because we're going to go a lot deeper. So the thing I want you to keep in mind is this is not a linear step-by-step strategy, right? Once you generate leads one time, then you never have to go back or anything like this. Right? There's a lot of these steps that you are doing over and over. It gets easier, it gets faster because you've laid all the groundwork, but some things do have to be repeated. And so there's 5 phases. This is the path to profit. So first you have your foundations, then you create your irresistible offer, then you have lead generation and nurture, then you're launching and selling, and then you're always assessing, tweaking, and optimizing. So the first one is the foundations. just for those of you that were here at the very beginning, what I mentioned, right? You always have to work on your mindset because you will have fears, you will have doubts, you will have really hard days, right? So we have to set you up for success so that you can get through those hard days and you don't quit even when you want to. Because at some point you will, I promise. Sometimes multiple times in one day you will want to quit, but you have to push through so that you can reach your goals. The second part of the foundations is we figure out your end goal. We figure out exactly what you want. And part of that is obviously getting the sale so that we can reverse engineer. And I know that this sounds kind of obvious, but I see people miss this all the time. Okay. Let me know, you guys, have any of you just kind of gone live thinking I have to show up, I have to show my audience something, or just put up a random post because you felt like I have to do something, but you didn't actually have an end goal for that in mind, right? And then you're kind of just wasting your time if you're not driving your audience towards something, right? So we plan out everything so that you can reverse engineer your strategy. Then the last part of the foundations is the speak your client's language. This is what we've been talking about all week. Positioning your messaging that speaks directly to your ideal client, and not just any client that has the problem you solve, but the right people, the people that are at their breaking point, that are ready to invest, right? And when you do this correctly, then you start to land clients. Because if you're not landing the amount of clients that you want, part of the reason is because something is off on your messaging. You've got to lay this foundation. This is the beginning of everything. Yes, don't want to neglect them, but no strategy in place too. Yeah. Hello, Lucinda. Welcome to PIA. Lucinda's going to be joining us inside. I'm super excited. Can't wait for all of that. Can't wait to support you in your business and see what happens. Okay, so second phase is create your irresistible high ticket offer. And this is what your high ticket offer has to include. And this is where we're going to talk about how you can eventually turn it into a group program. So you have to provide a full transformation. You've got to make it irresistible, and you have to make it repeatable and scalable. So the full transformation, right? This is what they can't ever get from cheap memberships or cheap courses or Google or YouTube. Right? When you create something that gives them the full transformation, you're going to make a real impact in their lives, and they are going to be willing to pay those premium prices. And that's going to come from things like accountability, giving feedback, giving customization, making sure they're following through, right? That's something they can't get in cheaper programs. And that's what's not only going to stand you apart, but it's going to ensure that they actually, as long as they commit, that they're actually going to get that full transformation that they've been desiring for so long. Then there's the irresistible part. And this is where we figure out what makes your offer different from other things out there, right? So this is where you're saying, hey, I know that you've tried this, and none of it worked. But guess what? I have something that works better. You haven't done it my way yet, and my way is superior. And when you do that and you're focusing on the outcome, the dream life, the possibility, and showing how your way is different, then you are answering objections that they have, and your offer becomes irresistible, okay? The next part, and actually let me back up and say one more thing about this. This is what part of the reason why foundation is so important, right? You have to speak your client's language and know what they have tried in the past that didn't work. So that when you're talking about, hey, my offer is different, I know you've tried all this stuff, you are saying the right things. You are truly saying what they have tried that didn't work. The last part is it has to be repeatable and scalable, meaning you have to be able to turn it into a group program. So if you're doing one-to-one clients now, like Nicole was saying, that is a great place to start. And that's fine as long as you're still giving every client similar stuff. Like, yes, you're going to be on a phone call with them, and that part's going to be kind of customized. But as far as the content that you're giving them and what you're teaching them, it needs to all be the same. Because if you have, let's say you have one client come in, and let's just say you're a weight loss coach, and you have one client come in and you're like, hey, I think macros would work best for you. And then you have another client come in and you're teaching them keto. And then you have a busy mom that you're teaching like 30-minute workouts and quick meals. How are you going to turn that into a group program? Because everybody coming in has a different issue. There's no way you can teach 10 different people 10 different things inside the same program. But if you are giving them all the same information, so pulling everybody in that has the same problem, and it's possible to give them the same info to get results, then you can still do a group call where they get that customized feedback and they can talk about what's specifically going on for them. So when you do that, when you start from the beginning, even if it's one-to-one, but you're recording all the stuff that you're teaching, and then it's ready to go for a group program when you're ready to take it to the next level, then you're golden, right? Because then you're not starting from scratch. You're not reinventing the wheel. You already have everything ready to go. And then, like I was saying earlier, they get to hear other people talking. They get to see that they're not alone. They get to hear questions that they didn't even think of. So it's all really, really helpful, but you're also not getting burnt out, okay? And then they're still getting that customized feedback on those group calls or however you decide to do it. So that is phase 2, creating your irresistible offer. And of course, inside PIA, we go really deep into how to actually do this and outline your offer and make sure that it actually provides the value that your audience needs. So phase 3 is lead generation and nurture. Bringing in high quality leads who are actually interested in buying from you rather than just freebie seekers. Yes, every once in a while, you're going to get some freebie seekers. That's just the way it is. But there is a way that you can change your messaging and marketing to make sure that you are pulling in the right people who are actually interested in buying. So how do we pull in the high quality leads? By focusing your messaging to specifically tailor to the people that have already tried a bunch of other stuff. So you're not targeting your messaging to the beginners. You're targeting it to the people that are already at your breaking point. And we talked about this on Monday and we talked about it on Tuesday. So if you missed that, you want to go back and watch it. But with lead generation and nurturing, your number one goal is to pull people into a Facebook group and to get their email address. 2 touch points. Always, always, always 2 touch points. Let me know, you guys, if anybody made this mistake, because I know I did at the beginning. I was just using social media, and then I didn't have anybody's email address, and then it was hard to get. And it actually happened to my client, right? It was like right when she started PIA, her Instagram account that she had spent the last year building, her phone got stolen, and then I don't know if they tried to log into her account or what, but it got blocked. And so she lost all of those followers because she didn't have their email address. She had no idea how to get in touch with them. Sadie says yes. I'm going to grab a sip of water because I hear my throat. All right. I am actually, if you were to meet me in person, I'm actually really quiet and don't tend to talk a lot. So talking every day for an hour, you can hear it in my throat by the end of the week. So that's why you want 2 touch points. You don't own social media. Anything could happen, right? And then you don't have a way to get in touch with them. But also, as we know, only about 20% of emails are open. So then you have both ways to catch them. And a Facebook group right now is the best marketing strategy available on the market because it allows you to create a container, a community where everyone has the problem that you solve, and it positions you as an expert, and it creates that real human connection that you can never do over just a website or just email, right? So you need those 2 touch points, all right? And then you're showing up once a week, you're providing value. Now, here's the thing. What if I have a following over on Instagram? Yes, you can absolutely do it over there too. There's just some features that you can't use. So there's definitely benefits to having a Facebook group as well. Will the platform change at some point? Yes, at some point. I don't see it happening anytime soon, but at some point it probably will change. But the strategies that I'm teaching you, you can use on any platform. So it doesn't matter as long as you also have their email addresses so you can still get in touch with them. Lead generation and nurturing is something that you never, ever stop doing. Everything seems so simple and easy and digestible. I love what you share. Oh, thank you so much, Nicole. That makes me so happy. Now, so lead generation and nurturing is something that never, ever stops. And here's why. Because the average conversion rate, doesn't matter what your niche is, if you are a coach, the average conversion rate, depending on how much experience and how dialed in your messaging is, it's 1 to 5%, meaning at any given time, 1 to 5% of the people in your audience are ready to buy. Well, if you're not constantly bringing new people in, that 1 to 5% is going to dry up, and then you're not going to have any new people in. And if you're bringing them in and then just trying to sell to them right away and then not showing up until you're ready to sell again, they don't trust you because they don't like you. They don't know you. They don't really know anything about you. So why should they buy from you? So lead generation and nurturing is something that never stops. Okay. And yesterday, if you were with us, we talked about how you can generate or put that part of your business on autopilot when it comes to generating leads, right? And if you missed it, go back to Tuesday and Thursday, watch them before the 25th. We dove into how you can nurture your leads through live streams just once a week and how you can bring in leads on autopilot. All right, so next phase of the path is launching and selling. So this is your challenge, your workshop, whatever you want to call it. You are literally seeing it in real time because I teach exactly what I do because it worked, right? I said this at the beginning. It worked for me as a health and wellness coach. It works for me as a business coach. It is working for my clients, right? But what you're doing is you're bringing people into a Facebook group, or again, you can use another platform if that's where your audience is hanging out. And you are creating a real human connection. Now, the reason I like this versus other options like webinars or something like that is because with the webinar, a lot of times they will enter their email address and then they'll never even watch the webinar. And then you have no other way to get in touch with them because you don't have them in a Facebook group, right? Or they watch part of it and then they forget about it and they never open another email from you. Or maybe they watch the whole thing, but do they really trust you enough to invest after only seeing you for 1 hour? Every once in a while, yes, but for the most part, people have to see you over and over before they trust you enough to work with you. So when you do it this way, they're seeing you multiple days in a row, and it basically collapses time, right? It builds that like, no trust factor a lot faster. And then the last reason that I really, really like this strategy, especially for beginners, actually there's 2 more reasons. So the reason I like it for beginners is because you're getting feedback in real time, right? So I'm seeing what questions you're asking. I'm seeing what titles you show up for and what gets you excited, what resonates with you. I'm seeing also what doesn't work. So you are getting feedback in real time so that you can constantly make it better and better and figure out what works. And then the other thing I really like is then you're selling to a large group. So it's faster than selling just one-to-one, right? Because you're selling to a large group so you can continue to scale. And once you do it once, it's basically rinse and repeat, right? Because now you have everything made, then you just rinse and repeat. So I'm going to give you a little peek. So don't freak out. Nicole just said you make everything so digestible and easy, and then I throw this at you that has like a gazillion things on the page. So this is the funnel. And then again, inside PIA, I give my clients all the templates, all the assets that they need to actually create this. But I wanted you guys to see the overview, the 30,000 foot view. Okay. So what I want you to see is these are all the ways that you can bring people in. You can do it through ads. You can do it through social media, meaning organic. Once you're starting to get clients, you'll start getting referrals. And then if you have an email list, of course, you're talking to them too. And you guys remember, for those that are interested, at the end of this, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek inside the PIA membership portal. So for those that want to stay and see that at the end, don't go anywhere at the end, okay? Because this might make a little bit more sense. But no matter where they're coming from, then they're ending up on a landing page where they enter their email. That's exactly how most of you ended up here, right? And then you got a thank you page that said, this is where the party's happening. Come join me over here in this Facebook group. Hi, where we are all right now. And you also got email reminders. Then you saw me going live every day this week and driving you to the sales page. Now, again, of course, there's a lot of strategy that goes into the back end of this, of picking the topics, of figuring out what to talk about, what resonates with your audience, the timing, all the little back end stuff, right? But I wanted you to see the big overview. And if this is stressing you out and this is overwhelming you and you're like, holy crap, how am I ever going to do all that? Guess what? Once you do it once, it's done. You get to rinse and repeat. Yes, you're going to possibly make some tweaks. So actually, let me go to the next phase, is assess, tweak, and optimize, right? So yes, you're going to look at all the data and say, this worked, this didn't work. I need to change this day a little bit, or I need to change this messaging. But for the most part, everything's done once you do it once. And that's when the magic happens, right? That's when it becomes repeatable and scalable. It's just little tweaks and little updates. And inside PIA, we were just talking, we have this conversation a lot with my private clients of just get it out there. Just do the first one when you're not ready, when you don't have it all figured out, so that you can start getting this feedback. One of my clients, Janine, she says her goal is to do everything crappy. She said at first she had this goal. She felt like everything had to be perfect and that she wasn't getting it out there. So she made her new goal to do it crappy, do the crappy email, whatever it is. And then she can see, okay, how many people are opening this email? Did they actually click? Now I know what I need to make better for next time. So progress over perfection, no matter where you are at in your business, you guys. Somebody type that in the comments. Progress over perfection. Do it crappy. I need to quote that by Janine. My goal is to do it crappy, and then you can make it better, okay? And then do it crappy. Yeah. It's progress over perfection. So also with this launch strategy, you will also turn it evergreen, right? So people can still sign up in between your big launches. You can create continuity programs. There's stuff that you can do. You'll have people on payment plans. So you'll still be making money every month, but you're doing these big launches to just do a big push all at once instead of selling one-to-one. And remember, this isn't linear, right? This isn't just, I only do step one time and then I never do that again, right? I'm always looking at how I can make things better, how I can target my messaging even more. So imagine if you had the full strategy, and this is the key, you have to be consistent with this. You have to keep showing up. Then this is what your year could look like. Right? Yes, if you are starting from scratch, it's going to be slow at first because you have to build an audience and nurture them for a little bit. But then you start to get things off the ground, you nail your messaging, and then with every launch you tweak and optimize, and you can see how it gets better. It starts to snowball. And so if you look at these months that are smaller, those are the months that you're not doing a big launch and you're relying on the repeating income that I was just talking about a minute ago. But then you can see by the end of the year, you have people that showed up to your first launch and didn't buy yet, but by the second, third launch, they're ready to buy. You've gotten faster. You've gotten better at your messaging. You've gotten more confident. You've gotten new people in, and then it just keeps going up and up from there. Now, is it always going to be easy? No. No, we talked about at the beginning how it's gonna be hard sometimes, but it can be simple when you have the step-by-step strategy. So let's say if you had a $2,000 program and your goal for this year was $100,000, you only have to sell 50 spots in an entire year. That's only 4 a month, right? Let me know if you feel like that's doable. When you break it down like that, 4 clients a month. Is that doable for you? And imagine then as you start getting testimonials in and you start getting referrals and you refine your program and you increase the price to $3,000 or $5,000. Imagine what that could look like for the year. Nicole says, so are your coaching calls from people in different parts of your program for those buying the Evergreen program? So Nicole, when I say evergreen, I just mean people may still come in between my launches. They're still going into the same 6-month program. So they're still getting all of the same info. So everybody on the calls has access to the same info. Yes, progress over perfection. Thank you guys. So it is possible, right? Let me know when you break it down and you think 4 clients in a month, if it's $2,000. Imagine if your offer is $3,000 or higher, how easy it is to get to your first 100K, how easy it is to get beyond that, right? And so just to show you guys, because this really works for me when I see that other people do it, now you know it is possible for you too. Because Brittany got to quit her 9-to-5, right? And Wynn is the client that I mentioned yesterday that with each launch, she's a perfect example of it snowballing and she gets more and more each time. Ella, I'm going to be 1,000% honest with you guys. She already had an audience. That's why her first launch looked a lot better than some people's, but she didn't have the steps and the strategy behind it to have that really big launch. So she came in and worked with me privately, and that's what she did with her first launch. So I'm going to show you guys in just a minute. You have your homework, right? And I'm going to give you guys again, for those that want to stay on, a sneak peek into the membership portal. But I just want to remind you, can you try to copy what I'm teaching you? Can you try to duct tape it all together and figure it out with trial and error? Yes, you can. But if you are ready for the full strategy, if you're ready for the next level and you're ready to have someone there with you every step of the way to figure it out, then I want to invite you to join me inside PIA, okay? So if you're ready to take action, if you are ready to make the investment and truly commit, if you are ready to hit those 5-figure months and have someone there with you every step of the way, and if you are ready to stop the post and pray cycle, right? Just crossing your fingers and hoping something works, and stop wondering where and when you're going to get your next client, then I want to invite you to join me and my entire team for 6 months to build and scale your business to hit those consistent 10K plus months, right? And so if you are ready, then you can go to this website, and if you have questions, scroll down to the bottom, book a call with me, or just shoot me a PM. I will be upfront and honest with you. If I don't think you're ready for this yet, I will tell you, okay? We'll decide together if it's the right fit for you or not. So, last thing I wanted to show you guys really quick, because I keep mentioning my team, and then I'm giving you your homework and giving you the sneak peek. So, what exactly is in it? 6 months with me and my team. So you have me on weekly strategy calls, because here's the thing, you guys, I give you all the plug and play assets. I give you all the lessons that you need. I give you the worksheets and the action steps. That's going to get you about 90% of the way there. Me and my team get you that last 10% by saying, hey, this looks good, do this. Hey, I think this could be better. Giving you that feedback, pointing you in the right direction, zooming in on exactly what you should be doing, rather than you being scattered all over the place and trying to figure it out by yourself. So, like I said, you have those plug and play assets, but then you have the weekly strategy call with me. You have the calls with our Facebook ads coach, and then you can always tag inside the Facebook group too. You have Lindsay, our tech coach, and Amy, our copywriting coach. So we are all there to support you every step of the way on weekly strategy calls and inside a private Facebook group, and lifetime access to the membership portal that I'm going to show you in just a second. So that means any updates, any trainings that I add, you always have access to those even after your 6 months. The 6 months is just when you're in the container with us to give you all of that feedback and help you hit those 6-figure and beyond months. All right, so let's see. Let me switch screens here really quick. Oh, homework. I almost forgot your homework, even though it's the last day, you guys, because even if you're joining me inside PIA or not, you have to keep this momentum going. So I'm still going to give you homework. All right. So your homework for today is, where is it? Oh, I want to know what section, what phase of the path to profits do you need to focus on the most? So do you need to focus on speaking your client's language? Do you need to create your offer? Do you need to work on pulling in more leads? Or maybe you already have leads, you just need to actually sell to them. Let us know on the homework thread, what part of the path to profits do you need to focus on the most right now, okay? And then last thing I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna share the membership portal, is don't forget, you guys, if you are thinking of signing up, don't wait, because we have the bonus one-to-one kickoff call with me. There's a few spots left for that as of the time of this recording at 1:45 in the afternoon. And don't forget also at midnight tonight, Friday night, the bonus of getting to use my VA for 10 hours during your launch. That expires tonight at midnight. So if you are thinking about it, don't wait. If you have questions, shoot me a private message. If you don't see any availability on my calendar, we will chat. All right. Okay. So let me see if I can just switch. Oh, perfect. All right. 1 second. All right. So this is the PIA membership portal. So what we do is, like I mentioned, we have weekly strategy calls. All of the calls get uploaded here. It's become a joke of mine to just leave it on the screen it is. I swear Zoom or Vimeo is like, let me see the most awful picture I could possibly pick as the screen. But anyways, this is where all the calls get uploaded. So if you can't make it live, you can still submit questions and we still answer them on the videos. And then you can see you have the Facebook ads calls, the tech calls, the copywriting calls, right? Then, like I mentioned, this is where the real support happens, but you have access to everything you could possibly need to create a successful business in here. So let's see, there we go. Every section is going to have a video to explain exactly what you're supposed to do, but almost more importantly, then it has your action steps on a worksheet so that you know exactly what you need to do to make the next move, right? To move the needle forward in your business. So we start with the foundations. Obviously, I'm not going to go through this week by week, but what I wanted to point out is you can see, right? We're going to create your program, and then you're going to have everything that you need to actually outline it and do it. Then we're going to move into lead generation. And I'm going to show you exactly how to create your lead magnet and give you all the templates to do it. And then I'm going to show you everything that you need to set up your Facebook group, pull the right people in, create compelling content. It's all right here for you. And then we have our launching and selling, same thing. I even have a calendar in here that tells you day by day everything that you need to do for your launch, right? And it gives you examples, it gives you templates, it gives you stuff to click on. And then Facebook ads. So you guys, Jenny, our Facebook ads guru, is amazing. Policies and things are always changing with Facebook ads. So she has her own tutorials that she updates and keeps everything up to date to always bring my students the latest and greatest. So let me know, you guys, if you have any questions about that. I hope that helps give you some clarity. So someone's saying, what times are the calls? So the call with me is Wednesdays, 11 a.m. Eastern time. And then the other calls are at different times for the different coaches. If you want to send me a private message, I can give you the exact times. But the thing to keep in mind is even if you can't make the scheduled calls, we still answer all your questions. I still send my clients Loom videos all the time to answer something that can't be answered simply over text. We can still chat back and forth, if we need to go in deeper into it. I am there to support my clients and make it work. So don't stress out if you're like, oh my gosh, 11 a.m. doesn't work for me. We'll still make it work and make sure that you get all your questions answered and all the feedback that you need. But again, if you want to know all the times, just send me a private message. All right, so I hope that was super helpful for you guys. Tomorrow, Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern time, I am sharing a little bit more about my story, how I went from broke and not able to move my business forward no matter what I've tried as a health and wellness coach to a multi-six-figure business. That's what I'm sharing tomorrow, kind of more of the mindset personal side. Sunday, bonus training, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And then Monday and Tuesday, we are back to 1 p.m. Eastern time with a couple more bonus trainings. Remember, everything has to be done, rewatch, replays, whatever you want to do, take notes before Wednesday the 25th. And also, you have to, if you are planning to sign up for PIA, do it before the 25th, because when the doors close on the 25th, the price is going up. And if you're thinking about it, go ahead and message me or schedule a call today so you can take advantage of those 2 bonuses as well. Thank you to you guys that have already joined. I am so looking forward to supporting you, watching your business grow leaps and bounds, and getting to know that I get to be a small part in that. And it's not something that I take lightly. It's something that I really am honored to have the opportunity, and I know how much it means for you to trust me. So thank you. I'm so excited. I will see you guys on the inside. Otherwise, I'll see everybody else, or those that are in PIA too, but everybody tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time for the bonus training. Bye, guys.